you're very insightful. Thank you for bringing that up. And they've tried to like slip that in, like when they come and do PDs and talk. And I know that there's some of the things they brought up is because of what I brought up to them. You know, like, well, but nothing's happened. Nothing's changed, you know. Like Christy listens to them like, oh, you know, if you play some music, you know, get the kids going, or let the kids do this or this, or she's doing all that, you know, like she'll like go in and crank up the music at lunch and let the kids dance and stuff. But then I get them after lunch and they're all hyped up, you know. You know, it wasn't helpful, but you know, so she's trying to do these culturally fun things, but it's like, you know, I don't know if she totally gets it, so.
So do you feel like, so it sounds like you try to advocate, you know, both to your principal for changes and then to like the Office of Black Male Achievement, like you're kind of trying to get the word out, or, you know, do you feel like you have an effective avenue to advocate for changes at the school, or?
I don't know, because the buck stops with her.
Okay, so it's basically like while she's there.
And we've got the area superintendent that comes in, he just stands there going, you know, steering as the kids are like running crazy. And we've got a new TOSA because they took away our assistant principal. So we've got a TOSA, and he's from Harrison, which is
I know Harrison. Setting 4.
Okay. I don't know what he did there, because he comes here and he's just like, I call for behavior support because now I'm at the point with this one class with these 5 boys that, you know, they're all classroom managed behaviors, but they're all doing it at the same time. They're running around, they're throwing stuff at each other, trying to fight. I'm stepping in. I can't do it because there's 5 of them, and he comes in there and he's like, he doesn't know what to do. And so he's like calling the woman, the black woman, she's just like, you know, he's in there, he should be able to handle it. You know? She's just like, he's making the big bucks, you know, she's just like, let him deal with it. And we talked about that at happy hour too. She's like, I've got so-and-so in my room and he's just standing there looking confused. I'm like, I need him to get these kids out so I can, you know, they're throwing stuff and running circles around him. She's like, he's on his walk, he called me. And she's just like, and she's just like, but he should be able to handle this. He's from Harrison. He's, you know. And he's making the big bucks, so. So she's, you know, a lot of times, you know, the ones who are effective, they step back and be like, well, I'm not getting the ones you know.
Well, and I wonder if they feel put upon all the time. Like you're saying, like she feels like, he's white, it sounds like that. That he's the white man making all this money. That why should she have to clean up for him, or wow.
I just give her snacks all the time. So.
To help, so she'll help you, right? Do you feel like the union gets involved in things?
You know
like
what?
this,
I think it needs to. That's what this frustrated teacher I was talking to yesterday, and he's a black male teacher. But it's like his second year. He was just like. He's so...
This is a music teacher or just a different teacher?
A different teacher.
Okay.
The music teacher's white. This is a 4th grade teacher, and his class is just going bonkers. And he's just like... He's like, can we call the union? And is that our next step? I don't know. It's not okay. We should be allowed to teach. Without being talked over, without people scribbling on our stuff, you know, without, you know, people throwing things or... You know, all these things that they're doing while we're trying to teach. And the class sizes are too big in 4th and 5th grade. That's another problem. There's like more than 30 kids in each class.
Wow. What else was I going to ask you about this? I mean, so you'd mentioned that this is like, you think has probably affected your blood pressure. Have there been any other, like, do you have trouble sleeping? Do you feel like...
If I woke up at like 5 this morning, ticked off about those kids stealing my stuff. And I also found like a bunch of oil pastels squirreled away in a corner. They got into my cupboard and got the oil pastels. So today I'm on Amazon ordering child locks for my cupboards. You know, I'm just like, you know, I've been there, you know, since 1996. I've never had to do that. The kids know the cupboards are off limits. They know this counter is for them. I'm like, or did I not teach that specifically enough? That this is your counter, this is where your materials are? You haven't figured that out yet?
Yeah. And so you mentioned feeling frustrated. Are there any other feelings you would attribute to how you're feeling about what's going on at school, or how you feel about this besides frustration?
I mean, it's sad.
Yeah. That's what
and I feel sad for those other kids. I feel sad for the kid who's like, don't give up, keep going. You know, it's just like, why couldn't they all be like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
They just want to learn, but there's just some kids. Why? You know what they said to me? What the kids, I said, because I do my little pause chart and I have a flip chart. So I like sometimes, because I have 0 passing time between classes, like the 4th graders come in right after kindergarten and their pause chart is on. I'm like, watch this, you guys. Here's the kindergarten chart and here's your chart. I'm like, I'm like, they have like 20 more pause than you and they start a week later than you. Like, well, that's because they're young and they're little and they think they have to listen to what you have to say. They think that you have to do what you say.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, so you're so big and bad because you're in 4th grade now that you don't have to do what teachers say? That's the mentality.
Right.
And I've heard that from several classes that are older. Like, yeah, we don't have to listen to you. You'll just be like, hey, go take a break. No.
And it sounds like, so the kids are telling you this, but it sounds like that's what you've been feeling is being taught to the kids almost.
Yes.
Because
there's nothing we
you
can
are
do.
teaching them, you don't have to listen or you don't have to. And they're kind of picking up on what is being displayed by the
they're doing
adults.
all this stuff and I'm not calling the office.
Right.
Because I can't.
Right.
And even if I did, even half the time, if I do have like something, I'm like, I need someone now, they don't come because they're dealing with all this other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you think would make things better?
I think that if the kids knew, if you did this, this would happen. If you do this, this will happen.
Right. And is that how it used to be?
Yeah.
I feel like? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So like,
and you know, like this gal was at my school, she was saying at another school, kid gets sent to a buddy room for saying damn. Really? You know, we're laughing. Back in the day, we would have.
Right.
I don't have anybody upstairs in my wing that I can
you'd send to the buddy classroom. Right.
I hate to say that has the fear factor. You know, I used to have Mrs. C and she was my age back then, but she was like kind of scary. I mean, the whole class loved her. And they adored her and she'd be like, here's the secret. Everyone else thinks I'm mean. You know, so you send a kid to Mrs. C and they come back quaking in their boots and to the rest of the class, like, you don't want to get sent there. And Mrs. C would make her class rise up. She's like, show this kindergartner how it is at this school, you know, and the whole class would be like, you know, but there's nothing like that. The kids have and I hate to say that we need to use fear, but I mean, I used to be terrified of my mother, you know, and I don't feel traumatized by that at all as a grown up. I feel like, if I didn't do what I was supposed to do, I'd be in trouble.
Right.
And that's like that kid who said, you don't tear it up at Cub Foods, I'd get in trouble. They just need to know. And if I do, as an adult, if I do something wrong, I'll get in trouble, you know.
Right.
I had a girl tell me she was going to try and get me fired. She was going to make up stuff and tell the principal about me, you know, just to get me in trouble. I said, oh, do it.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like, too, when you're saying that, not only so maybe kids aren't experiencing fear, but if the principal's also not allowing for any kind of apologizing, they're also not, like, hearing how their behavior impacts others. You know, they're kind of not getting...
I mean, I've heard the principal, I saw her with somebody and he was crying and he was clearly getting suspended and she's just like, well, learn from your mistake, you know, so I'm sure she processes with them somehow. And, you know, I gotta have some trust that she has some sanity in there, you know, and that I just feel like she's so in this federal setting 4 mindset, you know, and that, where was she? She was at, St. Joe's.
Oh, yeah.
So she's in that mindset where you are dealing with regular kids here. Yeah. You know, so we need to be treating these regular kids like, you know, and with our federal setting 3 kids, yes, we can, you know, figure it out and do what we need to do. But now our regular ed kids are starting to act that way because they're doing this, they're getting attention for it.
Right.
Some kids have flat out said that.
Yeah, that they're getting it for attention, or that
I'm going to do it for attention. This one's doing it and getting attention for it. So we've had really great kids totally go down to the dark side.
Yeah. Which you can think about, especially you're saying really great kids, like that kids don't really want to be on the dark side. You know, they're doing that because they're not maybe getting their needs met the other way, or they're not, you know, so.
And I know, like, we've got this little girl who I'm struggling with, and she was awesome, you know, and at the end of 3rd grade last year, she just, and I know she ended up moving in with her grandma, and there's custody issues, and like, whenever I call grandma, she's like, well, Dad's come back in the picture, but he's then he is